I just see one girl get raped front of me.
And killing the wife.
Yes.
Wife.
I think a lot of Asian people are very surprised, and they are the target of the thief.
What about the mother?
Mother, mommy, Oma, murder.
Yeah, murder. Sorry. And then the city, the country and city as well.
Okay, so I'm Juliette. I'm from France, Paris.
And me is Martin, come also for France and at Paris too.
We're actually going to study for a semester. He's going to study in Korea,
At Gwangju.
Jeolla,
Jolla.
and I will study in Taiwan.
I'm Flora,
From
France.
which place do you like the most in Seoul?
I like Hyundai.
You like Hongdae.
Yes,
What do you like Hongdae?
because there are many shops.
What about at night? Do you think that is like safe or?
No, I don't think, because I have many friends that used to live in Korea, and they all say to be careful at night in Hyundai.
What kind of things your friends said about like at night in Hongdae?
Men.
Thomas
Chloe.
From
Belgium.
Yes, Belgium, Brussels.
how do you feel like Korea at night especially?
We sleep next to Seoul Station. I think it's not safe. I was a little surprised because everybody say, "Oh, Seoul is so safe and there is no crime." But next to Seoul Station is a little bit like in Belgium.
Right, like homeless people. There are many homeless people there, right?
We don't want to bother them because they are sleeping in the subway, and I was a little surprised of that.
What do you think about the at night culture in Korea? About like you said that you're staying Myeongdong.
Lots of color, lots of people.
Active, yes, very active.
What do you think about the like safety around Myeongdong at night?
We feel safe compared to France. For example, people leave their stuff outside or inside, but they don't care about them. They just like leave for 5 minutes and then come back, and their stuff is still there. I mean, in France, it would. For example, we have a really big issue with bicycles. If we don't lock them, and even if we lock them, you leave them for 5 minutes. 5 minutes gone. Sometimes we lock only the wheel, and when we come back, we see the wheel with the lock, but not the rest of the bicycle.
The thing is that I ask is like recently in Korea, there's just crazy one guy. He started like stepping the people. After that, the other people started same thing. So I was wondering about like if the France has this kind of like crime issue as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of crime issue, especially in Paris. We had a lot of terrorism issue, stabbing issue still, and then shooting. Even if guns aren't allowed in the country, we still have these kind of crimes really often. Usually here, when there's one thing, it goes in the news. But in France, we don't have everything on the news. Recently, we had a man stabbing people in the south of France in
Annecy.
Exactly. He went into a children play park and he stabbed children. But yeah, we have a lot of crime issue.
Have you ever seen the real crime in front of you?
I just see one girl get raped front of me, and that's why I just see someone crying, and I see a man behind her on the subway station, and I just was what he's doing. I confront and I saw him rape her. I don't decide to act. My body just move and act, and I just make the man on the ground. But nobody helped me. Just everyone was walking in front of me, and I need to call the cops. And the cops come maybe 5 or 10 minutes after. But it was very, very intense, and it was I don't know why he's doing that, and he just get 16 years of jail.
In France, when there's a crime like that, people would just walk away and be like, didn't see anything. Mind my own business.
Common one is being human.
Yeah, that should be normal. Just walking and just saying, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" I don't know. It's like simple questions, but no, people just kept going, minding their own business. In Paris, it's like if you want to ask someone from Paris a question or you need help, they would just walk away and say like, "No, I don't have time. I don't have time." Yeah, people are just really busy and they don't care about.
Government. Like, how do they usually handle with this problem?
They don't really handle this. I think we are really relaxed about the crime, and they're still doing things, but everyone has different opinion. We have to do something more strong about crime.
Then, in Korea, that was happening then. For me, I have some habits like when I walk, I always check quickly behind me, because I was like scared. What about the people in your country? You guys always be conscious when you walk at night?
Yes, especially for women in France. For example, myself, what I do is that I make some weird noises. I spit on the ground. Maybe the attacker wouldn't attack me. You know, if I make weird noise, he would be not scared but disgusted. So
What about you as a guy? Do you also feel unsafe at night?
I feel unsafe, but for me, I make just looking at people and maybe it's just be stuck.
The lastly, why do you think that these kind of like crime issues keep happening in the world or in your country?
it's really hard answering that because I feel like they have something different in their head. Maybe they have trauma or I don't know what is pushing them to do that.
It's like mental problem.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Based on this like issue in Korea, what about your country?
I don't feel safe in Lyon because men at night, they come talk to you, and even if you don't want to talk, they follow you at night.
So like even what about the murder there like in Lyon? Is it also happening there?
I don't think there is much of it, but when it happens, it's mainly like men killing their wife or
And killing the wife.
yes.
Wife.
When their wife wants to leave, they can take it badly, and that's how they react sometimes. It's one of the main issues in France right now.
The married couple, if they have some like small fight in the house, the man tries to kill the wife.
Even though she has already reported it to the police, nothing happened, and she still end up being killed.
Then there is no reason why police is there, right?
Like until it happens, they don't take it seriously.
What about the government?
They don't do much. Like the government last time said, we're going to give like flyers to people, but it doesn't help. People like women are fighting for it in France right now.
All of them, they try to do like the protest.
Yes, that's it. They did that a lot, but nothing changed. So we're all a bit upset with the government.
Why do you think that this kind of like crime issue keep happening in the world or in your country?
I think there's a lack of control, and also people are angry all the time, and I think that's one of the consequences like of society.
So like in your city, what kind of things happen usually?
A lot of thief. It's like normal. You have to keep your stuff safe. We have reflex. Okay, my bag, my truck. Okay.
Things we do naturally when we are in the subway. We keep our bag like this to keep the pocket safe.
For example, it's better to check the map out of the subway.
Can you say that like it is happening every day?
Well, yeah, of course.
I think a lot of Asian people are very surprised, and they are the target of the thief.
What about the murder? Is it also happening there?
Mother, mommy, Oma, murder.
Yeah, murder. Sorry for pronunciation.
In Belgium, there is a man who did quad. You know quad. The police say stop. The man on the quad say no, and the police.
The local people there, how they feel about like the issues, like crime issues there.
When she walk alone and it's been dark, it's always the phone on her hands, ready to call me or her father.
Until she backs to home, like you guys always talk together on the phone.
And I have my key here. Put on Thomas, and I walk very fast.
You're always like conscious about that when you just walk. Okay.
Always.
For the last, why do you think that like that kind of a crime keep happening in your country?
It's complicated. It's mainly in the big cities. There are rich people and poor people. When it's a big gap, inequalities in some place, then the crime is inevitable because the poor don't like be poor, obviously. So they need to commit to crime to survive.
So the main reason is like the cause of the big gap between rich people and poor people.
If it's happened more and more in the big cities like Seoul, it's probably for the same reason, but it's very political and complicated.
Right.
I think European idealize a little bit of Seoul. It's like, oh no, it's completely safe, but I think there is a part of reality. There is poor people, there is...
Yeah. You thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Bye bye.